Hello everybody, welcome back to Ren Gaming. I'm probably going to say that 3 or 4 times during the next video because I have cobbled it together from bits and bobs. I'm doing a new PC build and part of that build was fitting in a h80i from Corsair. Now the reason I filmed it and I've kind of put it together is lots of people, and I've had lots and lots of comments about the h105 when I fitted it. Lots of people asking lots of different questions about will it fit and all the rest of it. I don't go into too much detail when I'm doing this. I do show how to fit the mounting bracket and the pump, and I talk about the cables, which are all important parts, I would say. I don't teach you how to fit the fans on this one. You can see that on the 105, but it is quite obvious. So there is going to be a new PC build video coming up. I'm building in a Corsair 250D, which is really exciting, to be honest. It's a tiny case compared to what I'm used to. But if you have any comments, questions or anything else, pop them in the sections below, and I'll do my best to answer them. So yeah, sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Hello everybody, welcome back to Ren Gaming. I'm going to do a very quick tutorial about how to fit the backplate for a h80i. I've recently done one on the h105 and it seems to be going crazy. Lots of people like to see it, so I'm not sure if it's all going to get in shot, but what we have got is the new MSI h80i mini ITX board, and I'm going to fit on the rear, this way up, the mounting bracket. So you'll see the mounting bracket for the h80i, and I think for the h100i has this small cutout at the bottom. Now if you look on the board itself, you see these 2 screws here. So this bit goes where the 2 screws are, and it is just as simple as popping it through the holes, although these are adjustable and it will take a little bit of wangling. There we go. Now of course this has been fitted previously, and then next in the box you get these little standoffs. Now this is for an Intel, but these standoffs, these are the same length front and back, and these pull in. So we always say opposite corners, although it doesn't make much difference this time around. These don't do up tight. As I said with the h105, they won't do up tight and it will feel loose. So you may think, oh no, I've done something wrong, when in fact it's the way it's designed. That's all you have to do. You don't have to get a spanner on them or anything like that. You do it up, and as you can see that on the back there, it is loose. But when you put the pump block on and attach with these screws, it pulls it tight. So don't worry if it is loose still after you've finished, you've done something wrong, or you've got a defective unit. But that's how easy the backplate is to fit on. So thanks for watching. Let's cut and I'll get the next bit as soon as possible. Right, included cables with, I'm talking to the video, included cables with the H80. Now when we look at the H80i, when we look at this side, this is for the fans, so this plugs in. This is for, I have no idea, Corsair link possibly, but this is the actual USB cable. I'm waving around here, and this goes in the other side. It's one of these, plugs in. There we go, just in there like that. So it is a bit of a mess, although it's not as bad as some of these all-in-one coolers. But like me, I would think most of you will plug this in, change the colour of the LEDs on the Corsair to match the build, and then unplug it and never use it again. Corsair Link is terribly buggy. If you use it Windows 8, Windows 8.1, well, it doesn't work with Windows 8.1 unless they've released a driver update for it, but even with Windows 8 it struggles sometimes. So yeah, another cut. Hello everybody, I'm just going to show you the fitting the Corsair H80 onto the CPU. Now this is what I'm using. I use the Arctic Silver 3. Now I've had Arctic Silver 5. Sorry, I've had this for a while now. And on the video where I did the H100, H105, I showed you how to do the clean it with this stuff, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But you can see I have put a little tiny smudge. It's about the size of a grain of rice, and that is all you need, and that will squidge out and be awesome for cooling when you get to it. So I'm going to have to make some cuts and try and get my tripod set up. There we go. So excuse the rustling, of course we're in a busy lounge. With the magnetic bracket on and all of your cables in place, you simply drop it onto the standoffs you've already put on there. Easy as that. And then using the provided thumb screws, which I hope you can all see when I'm doing this, these little fellas, you put them on, screw it down. So tops to corners, same with everything else. And like I said in the last one with the H105, this bracket is loose until you do it up. I mean, the mounted bracket doesn't pull up tight until this stage here. You have to excuse me, I am not prepared and I do not have everything to hand. So you see these cables are a bit of a pain, which is why I put them in first. But this USB one, to be honest, you can pop out, put back in when you're ready for it. Of course, it's going to be a bit easier without the RAM in the way, but I've got everything in there because the way I'm trying to orientate this H105 in the front of the Corsair 250, I have to say it is a bit of a squeeze, and I was going to try and run it in push-pull. I think it probably will go, and these chips do run hot, so 2 fans obviously better than 1. Now I am just tightening these screws, just touching them ever so gently. You don't need to go mad. Fitted. Easy as that. Now we need to do something with all these horrid cables in this tiny little case, which is going to be good fun. There we go. The cables that come out of the pump block on the H100, the h80i and the h100i have a SATA, and I believe in an earlier video I said it was my mistake, it's a SATA. But they also have the CPU fan control on there. Now that must plug into the CPU header on the motherboard, otherwise it's going to throw a spaz and think there isn't a cooler in place, and obviously this plugs into your SATA that provides power. And this comes out the pump. Now this is for the 2 fans, or the 1 fan depending how you're running it, on the h80i or the h100i. Now they go into a splitter, so they run into one, and because they plug in here, they're controlled through the pump, so happy days. So it means I can use my other system fans either plugging straight into the 12 volt Molex or on the other system fan in there. So it's not finished, but we managed to get the H80 in push-pull. H80i, sorry, in push-pull, and I didn't actually think I was going to be able to do it. I had to pop it out just to make sure all the cables I need were in there, but the everything is looking good so far. So from the front. So in conclusion, the H80i, if you've got a spare 120 fan mount, which the majority of you are going to have, because generally all of these cases have them, and you're limited with space, it's a fantastic option for cooling on a budget. I mean, you can pick them up for about 65-70 quid. Amazon are doing them. Scan overclockers in the UK. Lots of places. You can pick up reconditioned units as well, although you won't get, of course, there's warranty with it, which I believe is 3 years. You can pick up these units for 30 odd quid, like I say. Practically any case where you can fit a 120, it's going to fit. Do check, because the radiator is 30mm thick on the H80i, whereas if you look at the H100, they're only 20. It's only 25mm. But then again, if you're fitting it at the back of a case, cables coming down, bosh, easy as that. Cooling performance wise, I hadn't. It was on an I had it on an i7 originally, a 370/70K, which was overclocked to 4.5, and it got up into the high 70s when I was really pushing it. When I was running prime, it was jumping up into the high 70s. On this build, it's actually gone on an i5, the new i5, which do get a bit hot as well. But I haven't finished the build yet, so I don't really know what the temperatures are going to be like. I would imagine they'll be around the same as they were on the old build. If you want better cooling, you can always look at the H80, the H100i, the H110, which is the two 140mm fans, the H105, which is just awesome, and if you've got room, get that. It won't fit in the 250D, which I was building in. A H100 would have fitted in it, but then all of the trailing cables from the motherboard, because the MSI board, the cables come out the top, would have failed the fan, so that wasn't an option for me, unfortunately. But yeah, like I say, it'll fit nearly any case. If you've got a stock cooler on there, take it off if you're going to overclock. You're going to need it. A lot of the time, the kind of stock coolers, that just not the stock coolers, you know, the proper heat sinks that sit on top of the CPUs will perform as good as a H80i. But if you're limited by height, obviously the H80i is only this tall, coolers this big. So yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope this is informative. Like I said at the start, any comments, questions, anything like that, pop them in the sections below. I'll do my best to answer them. This has been Ren Gaming.